Today I'm going to reply to a viewer's comment. His name is Angel Black. He has an Audi A4 and he needs some help attaching the wire to his camera. He's having some trouble locating which wire it actually is. So he's saying this because his Audi has so many different colors on the taillight and he doesn't know how to discern one from the other. So I'm going to show you real easy, Angel, how you can get around this.
The very first thing we're going to do is remove this light housing. On the back of yours, of course, they're all different. Since you have an Audi, most cars are like this. So they just have these spin-off plastic clips. Usually you're going to find 2, 3, sometimes 4 of them. Just back all those out, wherever they might be. That'll expose your light. Just gently pry it out. And if it sticks, you might want to just use a plastic pry tool, which I don't have one here. But you know, don't use anything metallic to scratch your paint finish ever. So in your car, you said that you had an Audi and you had multiple wires for your reverse light. You don't know which wire it is that you need to tap onto for your camera, right? Okay. So what I would do is I would suggest either having yourself or a friend turn on your lights so you can determine what's your running lights, where's your parking lights, your blinker, and your reverse light. This car here, I know that this is my reverse light. So I would have someone else go up there and test it by turning the ignition on and obviously cycling the car, turning the car on and putting the vehicle into reverse gear just to confirm that this here is my reverse gear light. So you can all see my reverse light is on. So if you're doing this by yourself, just as a safety precaution, put your emergency brake on, put it into neutral, then switch it into reverse gear, verify your light is on. We can clearly see that the reverse light is here on the reverse side of the light housing. This is it right here. There's your target. Now you see, instead of having multiple wires, all you have is 2. So this is how we test these wires at this point on. Now here's my reverse light. Now I got a couple tools. This is what a lot of do-it-yourselfer kind of people have. This is really like probably the worst test light that's ever been made. This thing is just grounded, so that way when you probe the wire that's going to throw off voltage, it's going to throw off a red light, like so. And then your other one is going to be ground. Now I don't obviously use tools like that, and I would suggest that you invest in something a little bit better than that. That's actually my worst case scenario if everything else breaks light, test light. This is my normal test light. It actually has the capability of testing negative and positive, so it'll tell me the rest voltage and also the active voltage. The light circuit active, I can verify this here is going to be my ground. Of course, can't have ground circuit without a positive circuit. Now here's a little note about reverse lights. If you're testing this with the circuit off, you're going to actually test, and these both wires are going to rest at ground, and I'll show you that. Right now the car is in park. I'm going back to those same 2 wires. Black is my ground, it's resting at ground. And so is the white. So when you switch this wire into reverse gear, this wire is going to go from resting at ground because it's getting ground from the filament feedback from the negative side. But when you put the car into gear, this wire is going to go to 12 volts. You can have ground, you have a light circuit, of course.